All right, so if you could just keep your feet right there,
Okay.
because I'm going to stand over here, which means I'm not going to be able to see anything.
I got you.
Oh, actually, you know what? Never mind. I can see things. Sorry about that.
Awesome.
All right, well, first of all, just to make sure the mic is working, can I get you to say and spell your first and last name?
Paul, P-A-U-L.
And are you okay with your last name, or do you not want to?
No, that's fine.
Okay,
yeah,
take your
that's
last
good.
name.
Yeah, Martinez.
Okay.
M-A-R-T-I-N-E-Z.
Great.
Yep.
Awesome. And you're a veteran, correct?
I'm a veteran. Yep.
What branch?
I was in the
When
Army.
did you serve?
Okay, so I was in the Army from 2006 until 2015. Technically 2015, we'll call it. Right, so I did 9 years. And I was an Army Ranger. I did 6 deployments overseas. I was a sniper for a little while. And 6 combat tours with 75th Ranger Regiment. That's pretty intense. Thanks for saying so. It's always nice to hear. Yeah.
So how long have you been involved with Trail to Zero?
I've been doing Trail to Zero for 3 years now, and this is my 3rd Trail to Zero, but we've done a lot of other events. We gentle Mustangs, we do cow cutting, we do clinics on horsemanship, we train veterans to be certified therapeutic riding instructors, and then they will work on our special needs programs, so kids with special needs, and that's a great fit, just like horses and veterans, because you get out of the service. I had a very specific mission, all those things. We knew what to wear, where to be, what to do, and it didn't matter the hardship and all that. You always had that covered. When you get out, it's really, they kind of found it, looking for something to do. And a lot of times that's the first step to healing. I found is you get a guy out to the ranch and you get him working on the fence and say, this is what you're doing. You might fix the fence or help him move some stuff, but you can look across and you see a special needs kid on the horse. And you're like, okay, I'm giving back to my community. Now you have a mission again. And then once you start interacting with the horses, you realize, I'm getting something out of this. My light bulb moment came, I think it was between my 5th and 6th deployment. My injuries were racking up, and I was grooming a horse in the stall by myself for the first time. This is almost 10 years ago now. And I just had a moment where I realized that I wasn't thinking about Afghanistan, and I wasn't thinking about my buddies that I had lost or things that I had done overseas. I was present in the moment. And that's because these animals are big and they're dangerous, and if you don't pay attention, they'll get you. And so you have to be there. And that's one of the mechanisms that makes this work for veterans. Pulls them into the moment, and it kind of like releases that pressure. And you can tell we're kind of good at faking it. The military teaches you that. You stand up straight and you never limp, even if you're hurting, so that you always look good and you always look tough. And there's reasons for that. It's useful, but when you get out, it doesn't serve you.
Yeah, go ahead, whatever.
And so you'll bottle it up. But this guy can hear my heartbeat right now. And he can smell my sweat and all the endorphins, all that stuff. Like, he knows what's going on in the herd and stuff. But I'm happy. I'm relaxed. I'm with my friends. You'll notice he's just kind of dozing off. But if I was real excited, so if I come in here with my trauma and I'm not being honest and I'm anxious and gritting my teeth, me and him are never going to reach that point of trust where we can work together. And we have to, because I can't out-muscle him, even though I was an Army Ranger. He's too big, he's too strong, right? So you have to meet him in the middle, and you do that by approaching him honestly and building their trust and then becoming a leader. And now I'm responsible for this guy, because if I let him get scared, or if I project what I've got going on onto him and don't recognize it and just keep pushing and pushing, he can hurt me or he can hurt himself. And then most of us, we're not too averse to risk, but we would never want anybody else or anything else like the horse to get hurt. And it's just that much more impetus to get it right, work on yourself and try to do that. So the reason we do this is because everybody always says they need to do more for the vets and they're not doing enough. Well, this is it. We've got a big team of civilians and veterans back in Illinois from Bravehearts. We all work together. We have to integrate, because that's how horses work. You can't do it on your own. And now I've got military friends, I've got civilian friends, and I got strong support that I can count on, because these are people that have skin in the game, because they have horses. It's life or death stuff. So.
And, as a veteran, what's it like? Because obviously, you guys go through so much over there. What's it like to, have a group like this that does really work to, support you guys and get you guys through some of that trauma that you have to deal with?
Well, here's what it does. When you're in the military, you've got family, you've got mentorship, and you've got purpose, structure, and all of these things. And you belong because you're indoctrinated into it. It's necessary. When you get out, you're just on your own. And this kind of replaces that. Like I have a mission, and I have people I'm accountable to, and I have people who will be accountable to me. You know, I've got civilian and military friends that I can call in the middle of the night, whether it's a horse problem or a personal problem, and they're going to be there for me. And that, for me, that's what it is. I have something I can do that gives back, that makes a difference, and I have something that gives back to them. Those two things are very separable from veterans. And the fact that so many of our brothers and sisters are taking their own lives and dealing with substance abuse and all these things, we can't stand idly by, but we don't know what to do. Not many people do. So Bravehearts came up with this, and I know it's safe. All of us here, all of us veterans, we have our traumas, and we have, and it ranges from combat to, you know, military sexual trauma to whatever it may be. And, you know, an illustrative story, we were in New York. It was my first ride, and one of our veteran riders, it was her first time, and me and her were nervous and tight. The horses were nervous and tight, and we relaxed as we went along, but this is a person who maybe a year ago, sometimes I can't go into the grocery store, you know, and sometimes they can't go out of their house, and I can't either. And we're in New York, or we're here, we're on a horse, and we're talking to people, we're out there, we're with our team, and it's because we have that support. It's because I have this big animal to carry me. That's really what it does. You know, that's what it's like. It takes you from not able back to that person you were in the military who is able to be able to get out there. It's better every year. You tell me right.
So I know this moves around a little bit, but
Yeah.
you know, what's it like to be out there on the horses, you know, walking through these places for, it's 20 miles, right?
It's 20 miles. Yeah, we do a mile for every veteran. It takes their life every single day. We have 20 riders as well. I tell you, it's so heartening to see people on the street waving to us, you know, and saying thank you, and then we tell them why we're here, they figure out why we're here, and they want to do something about it. You know, it's easy when you get out of the military to get out and think, civilians don't understand me and they never will, or they don't care. And that's just not the case. It's patently false. We all do care as much as we care about you, and we are in this together. And that's what I feel. I feel like this big, like a deep sense of kinsmanship with my countrymen. That's kind of my go-to phrase for that. And it just feels good, you know.
And so what can people do if they, you know, watch this tonight and they're like, you know, I want to do more to help veterans, what should they do?
Well, if you like this cause and you like horses, you can go to braveheartsriding.org, and you can donate there, and you can see our different videos and programs. You can sponsor horses, you can sponsor lessons for riders. Bravehearts is the largest therapeutic riding center for veterans, and all of their services are free for veterans. So that's what that cause does if you want to support that. If you're looking for something more local, there's lots of places to volunteer, and I mean, just getting out there and being good to each other. Really. I mean, that's all it is. Just saying hi and saying thank you. It doesn't have to be better. Just be nice to somebody. You know, like we're all in this together. It's kind of like the best thing to do, but just get out there. And if you know a vet, just call him, treat him normally. You know, like, just call him and see how he's doing. Maybe he's okay, maybe he's not. But they never know until you call him. I think that's the biggest thing that PTSD is a big buzzword, right? I think that the most straightforward way that you can help curb this PTSD problem that adds to the suicide problem is just reaching out. We isolate. It's a symptom of it. It's a characteristic of it. So if you know you haven't heard from your guy or your gal that's been in the military in a while, give them a call. As soon as you talk to them, they're not isolated anymore. It doesn't solve the problem, but it's a step in the right direction. That's where we're going. You know, 20 miles at a time. So.
Well, great. Thank you so much, Paul.
You're welcome.
All right, is there anything else you want to say, or?
I don't think so.
We talked, I think
Is
we're
that
good.
good?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.